Welcome back. In the previous video, we learned how to create AspectJ aspects using Java classes and annotations like @aspect, @before, and @around. But that's not the only way to write AspectJ aspects. In today's video, we're going to explore Native AspectJ using .aj files. Before we start writing any code, let's first understand what a .aj file actually is. A .aj file is a source file written in the AspectJ programming language. Instead of using Java annotations like @aspect, @before, or @around, a .aj file uses AspectJ's native syntax. You'll write aspects using keywords such as aspect, point cut, before, after, and around. In other words, this is the original syntax provided by AspectJ, long before annotation-based aspects became popular. Don't worry if this syntax looks unfamiliar right now. By the end of this video, you'll understand each of these keywords and know exactly when and how to use them. Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference between a .aj file and an @aspect class? The biggest difference is the syntax. A .aj file uses the native AspectJ language syntax. On the other hand, an @aspect is just a regular Java class that uses AspectJ annotations. Both approaches let you create aspects, point cuts, and advice. The difference isn't in what they can do, it's in how you write them. So, which approach should you use? For most Spring Boot applications, I recommend using annotation-based aspects. The reason is simple. They're easier to learn, they use familiar Java syntax, they have excellent IDE support, and they integrate seamlessly with the Spring framework. For most use cases, that's more than enough. However, native .aj files become very useful when you need advanced AspectJ features that aren't available with annotation-based aspects. For example, features like intertype declarations, declare error, declare warning, privileged aspects, call, point cuts, and initialization point cuts. Alright, that's enough theory. Let's get started with the implementation. In the previous video, we created our aspect using the annotation-based approach with a regular Java class. This time, we're going to do the same thing using a native AspectJ.aj file. So, let's create a new file named logging_aspect.aj. Let's copy the code from our annotation-based logging aspect into this logging_aspect.aj file. At this point, most of the code remains exactly the same. We only need to make a few small changes to convert it into the native AspectJ syntax. You'll notice that the overall logic doesn't change. We're simply replacing the annotation-based syntax with AspectJ's native language syntax, one step at a time. First, let's keep the package declaration exactly the same. We'll also keep all the import statements unchanged. The reason is simple. We're using the same logic that we wrote in the annotation-based aspect, so we still need the same classes, such as joinPoint, the logger, and any other required imports. At this stage, we're only changing the aspect syntax, not the functionality. So, leave the package and imports as they are. Now, let's make our first change. Since we're no longer using the annotation-based approach, we don't need the @aspect annotation anymore. So, remove the @aspect annotation from the class. We also don't need its import statement anymore, so let's remove that as well. Now, let's make the next change. Since this is an .aj file, it's no longer a regular Java class. So, we don't need the class keyword anymore. Instead, replace it with the aspect keyword. Simply write aspect logging aspect. Next, let's look at the logger. There's no need to change anything here. We'll keep the logger exactly the same as we had in our Java class. The logger is just regular Java code, and .aj files fully support Java declarations. Now, let's make the next change. Go ahead and remove the method declaration. In native AspectJ syntax, we don't need this method anymore. Just follow along with my screen. Now, let's make another small change. Since we're no longer using the annotation-based approach, we don't need the @before annotation anymore. So, remove the @before annotation. We also don't need its import statement, so let's remove that as well. Simply add the before keyword. Add a colon right after the before keyword. Now, let's modify the point cut expression. Since we're using the native AspectJ syntax, the execution expression is no longer passed as a Java string. So, remove the double quotes. You also don't need the extra parentheses that were used with the @before annotation. The execution point cut now becomes part of the native AspectJ syntax instead of an annotation parameter. And that's it. As you can see, the conversion is actually very simple. We didn't have to rewrite the entire aspect. In fact, you don't even need to start with an annotation-based aspect first. Once you're familiar with the native AspectJ syntax, you can write .aj files directly from scratch. The concepts are exactly the same, the only thing that changes is the syntax. One more thing before we move on. You might be wondering, what about the join point object? Don't worry, we still have access to it. Just declare it as a parameter named thisJoinPoint inside the advice. AspectJ automatically provides this object when the advice executes. Follow my screen. The variable thisJoinPoint is a predefined variable provided by AspectJ. You don't create or initialize it yourself. AspectJ automatically makes it available inside the advice. Before we run the application, let's comment out the annotation-based aspect. To make it easy to identify that our .aj file is being executed, let's change the log message. Now, let's build the project. Now, let's look at the build logs. As you can see, the weaving information is displayed here. Let's start the application. Looks like we've run into a no-class-def-found error. Don't worry, this can happen sometimes while working with AspectJ. Let's rebuild the project one more time and see if that resolves the issue. The application has started successfully. Now, let's hit the API. Now, take a look at the console. As you can see, the log message from our .aj file has been printed. This confirms that our native AspectJ aspect is being executed successfully. In other words, the AspectJ compiler has correctly woven our aspect into the target class during compile time, and the advice is now running whenever the matching method is invoked. Exactly what we expected. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful and learned something new. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.